Hello, welcome back to WINFXTRADING YouTube channel, the only channel that has been optimized to make you rich trading the Forex synthetic market. If this is your first time of visiting this YouTube channel, do your best to subscribe and turn on the notification so you get notified each time we upload a new content. Try to like, comment, and refer these channels to your network so that YouTube pushes to high level of audience. In today's topic, we shall talk about moving average low as constraints to objective price function and FS markets. In FS market, you see, the price movement is not unitary. We have the theory of singularity in the universe, but these are extreme conditions. In most cases, it could be an assumption. But what is real and fact is one thing is affected by another. So the theory of cause and effect has to be carried out by two different entities. So these two different entities here has to do with constraints, constraint function and objective function. So the price does not move unitarily, even though we can assume singularity in the Forex market. But price is being influenced by a separate entity. Yes, all the trading platforms are developed by programmers subjective to political, scientific, and mathematical point of view, okay, or even economic point of view. But it's not different from the price movement. Price cannot move without a constraint. There are constraints. Same way that trading platforms are constrained by developers' political ideas, economical ideas, and mathematical ideas, is the same way the price movement is constrained. Okay, and the constraint element is the moving average loop, while the objective function that is being constrained is the price function. And price function also depends on certain things like economic policies, like fundamentals, and also technical events in the market, the chart patterns. Okay, now this is a mathematical ideology that I need to explain before we go to chart to see that these things are working. Okay, that's what we call linear programming in the field of mathematics, and also optimization, linear optimization, linear programming, linear optimization. They're all the same topic. Okay, so we are going to bring the same analogy here. So we will have an objective function. The objective function is going to be price. The objective function is going to be price, capital P. So we're going to define an objective function f of f. We're going to define P, which is price, equals to f of the function of time, and then a function of arbitrary s. Okay, now where this s can represent fundamental variables or technical variables. Okay, now if price is moving, it's not going to move just alone. There are constraints. So we define moving average loop, MAL, or the moving average loop will be represented with M. It is represented with M subscript L, meaning moving average loop. Okay. Now, the constraint is that this moving average loop can be greater than or equal to 0, okay, it can be less than or equal to 0, or this function can be 0 entirely, okay. Now these are constraints. Now when we say ML is greater than or equal to 0, we are talking about the slope. So if the slope of EM loop is greater than or equal to 0, it means it is like it is positive, and at the same time can be neutral, because 0 means neutral, means the market is ranging. 0 means the market is ranging. So when the market range, it doesn't slope, so the slope is 0. A geometrical object whose slope, like a line whose slope is 0, is basically horizontal. So the market move in a horizontal plane, meaning is ranging. Okay, so a market can be sloping upwards or ranging. A market can be sloping downwards or ranging. Okay, let's work on this. This should be less than or equal to 0, and then ML can be equal to 0. Okay, can be equal to 0. Okay, you can see in all states of the EMA loop, that is the moving average loop, there are always probabilities of range. That's why when the market trend with momentum and you enter late, the market will range against you, take your stop loss out, and decide what to do next. So mathematics solve everything if you know how to apply it in real life. What I'm trying to say is the market will always have probability to range, whether you like it or not. That means you should be careful with ranges. So you should be careful with the ranges, because the probability is always activated for those ranges to happen in the market. So be careful with it, and when you have such in mind, you shouldn't be entering market anyhow. Suppose to know that these ranges are always there. Maybe the market range more than 70, let's say more, from around 50 to 70% of the time. So that 30% it will trend. You have to be smart enough to catch those trends. That's what you should pay. That's why if you don't know how to trade very well psychologically and technically, and then risk, like with good risk management, then you will trade for years, but you don't make progress. Anytime you make small progress, you still lose it to the market. It becomes a disease. Maybe it's because you have not come across this idea, this mathematical principle. The moving average is either sloping up or ranging. The moving average is either sloping downwards or ranging, or the moving average is purely ranging. These are the inherent characteristics of moving average in the price movement. Okay, remember the moving average moves like price, but the only difference is it lags. So that lag is an error. So it is that error that will now create a constraint. We are not trying to use that error to create a system that will help us get the right entry in the market, that will help us to follow the best path, the best period of price movement in order to make the right profit. Okay? So by illustration, if we have a system of EMA loop like this, in real life, it's not going to be straight line. It will be a kind of curve. Sometimes they might touch each other and start pushing. But on average, you discover that this is actually sloping up and it has high trending factor because they are purely separated. Apart from what happened here, like since it range a bit, when moving averages are trying to touch each other, it means the market is ranging, or the market want to, there is change of trend. Okay, if it is a perfect course and after the crossing there is no new recent crosses, the market is actually, the market have changed trend and is trending. But if the moving average elements touch each other, like they mingle with each other but without creating a new crossing, without creating a perfect crossing, then they are ranging. Or you see multiple crosses at the same session at the same period of time within the same range of time, then it is actually showing range. But I'm going to explain this later. Okay, so you see that the slope characteristics of the constraint function matters. You need to study the slope characteristics of the constraint function and study the slope characteristics of the price movement. In most cases, even if the moving average and the price lag, even if the moving average lag behind the price, we can say the moving average and price function are parallel to each other. That means they have the same slope. But in most cases, because of the lagging behavior, the moving average might be ranging while the market is already trending. So we see how to deploy time frame analysis, higher time frame analysis, to take advantage of this moving average constraint and errors, lagging errors, and be able to make good out of this market. So let's go to charts and do some analysis. So right here, this is good. Okay. Um, this is good in 4-hour time frame. What we need is a much higher time frame to understand the market proper. So this is daily time frame, right? Most of the moving averages are not showing. The let's deploy 4-hour, so it's showing, right? Now, what are we trying to say here? Let's get the degree of it on, like, let's get the overall situation of these functions, of this constraint and the price function. What are, let's get all this, because there are three situations: trending upwards or ranging, trending downwards or ranging, or just ranging. Look at what happened here. Look at what this is, 4-hour time frame, right? You see, as price movement evolve, you learn, you study, you make inferences on the market. You see, the everybody know that the market is generally upward because of this black, which is moving average of higher order, is pointing upwards or most of the time. So the market is up and but there is there's something that happened here. The market start ranging because the moving average start touching each other and even crossing. So that shows ranging. And then you have what, course 1, course 2, course 3, course 4. So multiple courses within the same close boundary of time shows the market is ranging. You may call the range as a pullback, you may call the range as a retracement, you may assume the range to be a retracement. Yes, retracement is range. Whatever that deviates from the normal impulsive movement of the price is a range, can be called range, apart from the fact that ranging situation in the market has to do with horizontal movement. Even retracement can be taken to be a range if you understand what market is, right? So based on moving average analysis, we say that from here, from this time to this time, the harmonics in the market are just ranging components. Okay, that's why even when you try to buy here, maybe you think it touches black, so you are going to buy. The market will really buy. But if you are swing trader, no matter no matter what, you would like to put your assets somewhere here, so you'll be taking out. And when you are taking out, the market still buy again, and then it also try to take you out. In most, depending on where you entered, maybe second time, maybe you entered here, then it came try to take you out and then start flying to 4,000. Okay, so if you're a good analyst, you will know what is happening here using moving average constraint analysis. So the market is ranging because of multiple crosses, right? And then the multiple crosses stop. So based on constraint effect on the objective function, which is price movement, see the objective function. This values the candlestick take in time is called the objective function. Why the arrangement of the loops EMA is called the constraint. Okay. Now, if a low period EMA, if we can be able to, if the EMA arrange themselves in a good order, in a proper in in consecutive order, like ascending or descending. So if they arrange themselves in ascending order, descending order, like when you are standing on the price, the closest moving average to the price function, if the arrangement of that closest moving average to the price function is in such a way that the sequence of the moving averages is descending, it means that is ascending, it means that the market is uptrend. What I'm trying to say, this is moving average, this is this is moving average one, but the period of this moving average is less than the period of this moving average, and the period of this moving average is less than the period of this moving average. That means they are in ascending order. Once they perfectly arrange themselves in ascending order and there is no touches, they don't touch each other and they don't cross each other, you are going to buy and you can just enter any price and buy this market. Okay, you can just enter any price and buy this market. The market is buying. As long as you started buying the market when this event started fresh, because a point will reach when range component will start in the market. An example, the moving average touch each other again, 1, 2, so the market start doing what? Ranging. So after this range, like the market is in a ranging state. After this range is done, there are two things that will happen. We might test a price of 8,000, or the market will change trend, like change mode and go to become a bearish market, and then we will now have, let's get one bear. There is no bearish market on gold for now, but this thing will now be in descending order instead of ascending order, and then we will the fastest moving average will be closest to the price, followed by another fastest moving average, and then followed by another moving average with lower speed, with with a bit faster speed, and then another moving average with very low speed, but then in descending order. Okay. You see, we have a lot in our minds, but when we are creating free content, we limit the energy to do what we want to do the real thing that will give you success. So what we do, we reduce the energy because this is our business. You have to, if you want to learn the deep part of trading and become successful, you have to enroll for our mentorship, enroll for our VIP, to copy and paste our trade in real time, so you make money as we make money. Okay. I just trying to motivate people that want to be billionaires, in trading market, in trading the Forex market. That's why I'm creating this video. So when you watch this video, you feel like you don't understand what is happening, but the video makes sense in a way. That means you should actually work with us by getting the course proper, enrolling for the mentorship, or getting the course, the ebooks, the video courses, or you get our VIP services, subscribe to our VIP, so that when you have up to $1,000, $100,000, $1 million, you can trade our VIP signal and make massive profit. Or you subscribe, or you register for our account management. So the bigger your account, the more profit we generate for you, and you pay us 50% commission. Like our share is 50%, we do 50-50 split. We don't like bias, we don't like cheaters will do 50-50, okay? Because if that $1 million, that $100,000, that $10 million, you will still lose it on your own. So why not get an expert and make that percentage that you agree with the expert? Maybe you can. Right now we are trying to give people times 10 of what they invested, so that is times 1,000%. So you should actually work with us. Thank you and bye for now.